Just come down here to do a bit of boat work today. I've got a couple of jobs I want to try and get done. The starter motor on the engine needs looking at. It just does a bit of clicking every now and then and it won't start. Gonna look at that and just do another few bits and pieces. So we're going to try and fix this starter motor. It's just clicking every now and then, and sometimes it won't start. So that's the starter motor there. I'm going to pull it off and have a look. Well, that was very easy to get off. So now we're going to have a look. It looks like it's got a new looking solenoid on there. So this is what it looks like at first glance inside this thing. It looks pretty dirty, but should clean up all right. Probably looks a lot worse than what it actually is. I'll take this outside and clean it as much as I can, but I think I want to have a look at this solenoid too. So I just cleaned it all out with degreaser, all of the parts, because the carbon and that builds up after a while in the starter motor because these brushes wear down. So I think without getting this rotor out, I've tried to get as much carbon out as I can, and that'll just let it spin more, probably freer. It should be alright to put back in. I'm just going to clean up this commutator a bit. It's this part here, which the brushes make contact with to get your power. So just clean that a bit with a bit of sandpaper. Well, that looks a lot better now, that commutator. Probably would have been better with a finer grit sandpaper. And I cleaned up this little tab here, and we'll put it back together. So that's all back together now. So really the only thing we couldn't pull apart was this solenoid, because the little wires for the coil are soldered onto here. So I would have had to desolder them and then pull this off to get to these contacts properly. I tried to shine a torch in there and it looked pretty good, so hopefully this is a bit better. I'll put it back in. These main power wires here, I'll give them a clean up before I put them back on. The other thing I might do is tighten up this belt. Seems a little bit loose. Rightio, it's all back together now, so I'll give it a test run, see how she goes here. Well, I think that worked all right. Time to do the next job. I want to try and mount some lighting, exterior lighting on this boat, just in case I want to leave this creek at night time. It's very dark and hard to see. So I've got these old spotlights, these second-hand LED spotlights. I was going to put one on each side, and it really makes things easier at night time if you can just flick a switch and you've got plenty of light. So I might have a go and see how I can mount it to this frame. There we go. We'll just use some stainless hose clamps just to clamp that on. That'll just be kind of temporarily, just to make sure the light is in the right spot at night time. I can test that out, and then when I find out if it's good, I can mount it properly. So I'm just back down at the yacht today, and I'm going to continue doing some jobs, some upgrades. So today I'm going to put in a electric autopilot, tiller steer, and a lithium battery, and just do some general maintenance on the boat, and I'll show you what's going on with it. So we've got a new Simrad TP10 autopilot here, and then we got a 120 amp hour lithium battery there, and I'm going to hook the autopilot up to the tiller steer, the emergency tiller steer, which will go down there onto this, and then I just got to run the electrical for it. I have to mount it here somewhere. Here I'll have to drill a hole in to mount the the mounting point for the tiller somewhere around here, and then on the tiller arm I'll get it out and have a look at it and run the wires to it and see how it all works. And then I'll go down and replace this old AGM battery I got in here. It's getting a little bit tired. So I've got a 120 amp hour lithium battery here. These batteries are quite good. I've had one of them for about 3 years with no issues, and it's still going fine, that I usually use for camping. So I thought I'd pick one up on a good deal and try it out. So I'm just going to join our tiller pilot to our main wire circuit here with some Deutz plugs. So these Deutz plugs are pretty good. They're usually used on industrial gear. They got a pretty good seal around them, and they're perfect for low voltage applications. So we'll see what happens over time in the marine environment, but from what I've seen, usually they're a pretty good plug, and they're pretty simple to fit on. So you just strip back your wires as usual. I mean, this tiller pilot will it'll be getting packed away when it's not being used. So you only want to strip back that little bit here. So I'll probably just put the positive into terminal 1 and the blue into terminal 2. We just put them into the back of the seal here. So there we go, we've got our pins up under there, and then them wires are sealed with a rubber seal in this plug here. And then you've just got this green insert here that pretty much just clips in, just supports the pins in there. And so we'll do the other end. So it's a little bit trickier to do this part. Pointy nose pliers are handy. And that's male end here done. So these two will just clip together now. And that's a sealed waterproof plug connection there. Rightio, so this is our tiller pilot wire here. So we're just going to wire him into our switch panel here. Automotive circle lugs. There are 2 ring lugs here. It's going to be a little bit fiddly at times. So we got our tiller pilot wired into this 10 amp circuit here. I think it's sharing it with another light that we don't really use that much. So that should be fine there. This is our main power system from the battery. We're going to fix this in with 2-part epoxy resin. pretty good. This has got to be at a right angle too. There somewhere. Just put it here on this flat bit a bit better. 6.3 mil hole for that one, and 12.7 mil for the other one. So these units are programmed to be operated from the starboard side. So I need to program this unit to operate from the port side of the boat. It's pretty much installed. I've just got to epoxy these points in, and then we've got a tiller autopilot. Right, we're going to two-part epoxy this in place. This stuff's eraldite. I think it's got, they claim 70 kilo, 75 kilo holding pressure. The next job to do is fit this lithium battery. So we got to pull out the old AGM battery and fit a new lithium battery. So the other advantage of the lithium battery is that it operates at a higher voltage. So all of your 12 volt gear, pumps, electronic equipment, the autopilots, anything with a motor in it, all operates better at a higher voltage. And you also get less current draw and less voltage drop. So that's the benefit of lithium batteries, which all the electrical gear operates just a little bit better. So the lithium, the battery compartment is underneath this bridge here. Have a bit better of a look in here. This is our battery compartment in here. So at the moment we've got a 12 volt lead acid start battery. We're starting the engine, and then we got this lead acid AGM battery, which is, I don't know how old it is, probably around 5 years old. So we're going to pull this out and put the lithium in. So these batteries are okay. They're pretty limited to the capacity of them, because you can't draw them down as far as a lithium battery. So they're not as user friendly kind of thing. So lithium's definitely the way to go here. Rightio, we'll rip her out. I've knocked off the isolator, so we won't have any power coming in from our solar panels. The other negative about these AGM batteries is they're heavy. So this is the reason why I got a 120 amp hour battery, because it's pretty much identical in size to our AGM 120. I think they're both 120. Yeah, they're both 120. This is about probably 30 or 40 kilos, and this is about 10 to 15, somewhere around there. So yeah, I couldn't get a bigger battery to put in that compartment down there, as you can see. So I've just gone with the 120. 120, I only do short trips, and I've only really running a fridge and a few little lights here and there. And I've got 400 watts of solar, so the 120 usually keeps the freezer going pretty easily. Alright, I've just whacked that battery in now, so that's all in, good to go. Got a new lithium battery there. Ready for the next trip. Oh, well, that's pretty much the boat work done for today. Just fitted the lithium battery. I did a few changes to I wanted to separate the lithium electrical with the lead acid electrical. So I was there playing around with that for a while, fitted the autopilot in, and then I filled the 2 water tanks up and give it a bit of a clean and a vacuum and flushed out the bilge. And that's it for today. Finished the boat work. Hopefully next weekend I might do a small solo trip out to the islands. Might do a bit of fishing and see what else I can get up to out there.